What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Bianconeri zone. And welcome back to a new daily news video. And yeah, it's a crazy one because Koopmeiners apparently will be benched for half of the games that we still have to play this season just to get physically ready, mentally ready, and get up for the remaining 4 games he might still play, yes or no, excluding the Club World Cup as well. But I don't think that's the focus, the Club World Cup. The focus is top 4. But that decision has been made by Tudor, apparently, and it has massive implications on a lot of things, should it be correct. Also, there is an update on Antonio Conte, a small one, but there is one. But before we get into it, as always, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, bell notification, turn that on as well. And yeah, let's talk about Koopmeiners basically being locked up by Tudor. Okay, so I think everybody saw the reports out there. It's from the Repubblica, and you might say, that's not a good source, and I would agree. However, based on Tudor's presser, based on Tudor's post-game, I believe the story to a certain extent, because the story is suggesting that Tudor made the decision and basically told Koopmeiners already that he will be benched for the next 2 to 3 games to regain his physical shape, his mental state, whatever. Help him out. Get in shape, get your mindset right, and go again, basically. Now, this can go 2 ways. One, the story is like 3 games. We only have 8 to play, so basically half of the games he's gone. That's one. And 2, even if he does that, it could have the flip side, because Koopmeiners might be sitting there being like, this is tough. However, it will be correct. I think there will be no single Juve fan out there who will say, "Oh, that's crazy," And I like Koopmeiners, but the performances he has been putting in all season basically are dreadful. Like, they are shocking, like really shocking. He looks like one of the worst players who has recently played for this club, and the list is long, but he's up there, right now. He is up there, which is crazy because the talent he has, it shouldn't be. He shouldn't be in this situation with the talent and ability he has. However, he is in that situation. That is the only thing that matters at this moment in time, that he is in that situation, and he needs to get out of it. We need to help him get out of it because he's going nowhere. He's staying, and we need the best of Koopmeiners to help us, But right now, it's miles, away. The performance he's putting in is not even close to the best of Koopmeiners, It's not even close to the average Koopmeiners. It's just very, very bad. So if Tudor made that decision, he might be correct, and he might, save Koopmeiners in that way. He might, get something out of Koopmeiners when he makes it clear that you're not playing well, and you're not going to play because you've got many chances and you're not improving. That might be the case because he said post game he's gonna need to work hard. And what I read into it at the time was like, he's gonna need to show up in training. He's gonna need to show that he deserves a start, because right now he's starting based on name, past things he didn't do for the club, maybe transfers fee a little bit, but he's not being played because of his performances, and that can never be the case. No matter who you are, if the performances are not there, you shouldn't be on that pitch, and that goes for every single player. So I hope Tudor sees that, but I can put up an instant like Vlahovic. If the performances are not there, you can like Vlahovic, and he likes Vlahovic. You cannot play him. Now, I know the rumors are out there that Colomani is getting the start on Sunday, but, again, I don't blame him if he starts Vlahovic in a second game. But if it's another poor performance, he cannot insist with Vlahovic, because then everybody will look at the Koopmeiners situation, or I will look at the Koopmeiners situation and be like, okay, you're right there, but you're doing the same thing which fans hated, but you're doing it with Vlahovic right now. There's no real consistency. So it's a massive decision for him, for the team, and for Koopmeiners as well, And it's a massive decision because it can shape up his future. If he doesn't get top 4, he's gone to Tudor. even if he gets top four, he still might not be here. The Conte rumors are growing. With his post game comments saying that I like to start with a winning team at the start of the season, or like being back basically like a winning team at the start of the season. And then the talks about, we will see, excuse me, all the talks about we will see what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks. Wow, you're in a title race. It's crazy. Like, it's actually crazy. 3 points of Inter, I think Napoli are. Like, full on title race. Easy schedule. No Champions League. No Coppa Italia football. Like, you're in the title race and you actually might do it. I don't think Inter will give it away, but you might actually do it. To come out and say these things, it's just going to fuel all the rumors. And that's what's happening, because right now, the stance remain the same, is that Alcon wants Conte in the summer. He got talked out of it by previous, members in the club, but now he wants Antonio Conte. So Tudor, again, if he gets top four and he does well in the Club World Cup, I think it will be hard for the club to move on from Tudor. I'm not saying they shouldn't or they should, whatever. That's a topic we can have in due time. But if he hits the targets and he does what he's asked to do, I think it will be very difficult for the club to step away from him. However, and I keep using the word however, I know people are trolling me in the comments, but it is what it is, If Alcon is like, no, it needs to be Conte, and it will be Conte, because the rumors out there are not out there for fun, because we're in a situation where Tudor is here. He is the coach and we're fighting for something. There's no need to talk about Conte or whoever, but there is talk for a very good reason, because there's some legs. It has some legs to it, But for Tudor right now, the most important thing for him is to get top four, make a statement, save Koopmeiners, save other players, get something going so he can make his case at the end of the season, saying, hey, you asked me to do this, I did that, and in the meantime, I make Koopmeiners, for example, look like a player again, look like you didn't completely throw away 60 million euros, and now you're going to sack me. He might get a lot of fans on board on that one, and will pressure the club into keeping him, not saying we should, the club should be pressured in keeping him. However, that's Tudor's thing right now. So he's going to need to make massive decisions, and the Koopmeiners one could be a massive decisions. If you bench him for 2-3 games, it's unheard of for us this season. But it will be a statement. It will be a very big statement, So let me know in the comments, what do you think about the story about him benching Koopmeiners for the next 2-3 games, telling him it's to save you basically mentally, physically, and get you ready for it. Let me know in the comments. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will speak to you guys tomorrow again. Ciao.